Boom! Hey, all you sports fans out there in the tubosphere. Welcome to the one-man sports rant, Gen 2.0. I am your host, Will, the alternative ESPN sports thrill, still from Generation 1, bringing you our Olympics-only format, as you see on the show. Alright, so first we have to go through this legalese disclaimer about the Digital Copyright Act, or the Digital Media Copyright Act, and the agreement as it was reached through WIPO, that is the World Intellectual Property Organization, where this show is copyrighted in terms of its content to the OMSR. Brief video highlights courtesy to NBC and the IOC. I do not own them, but I do own the concept and all the other original content within the show. And so that covers that. Alright. So, what is the OMSR Gen 2.0? Well, in Generation 1, we had 200 shows, but I willingly took it down because I got dinged once by the NFL trying to show some highlights from the playoffs and the Super Bowl. Not so much because I followed them, but because I figured a lot of my subscribers and fans of the show, which is hard to prove now because I know this is only the third one, but in Generation 1, we had the Heisman Trophy for Baylor, the Cincinnati Xavier men's basketball fight, you know, the NBA playoffs for 2 years, lots of good stuff. West Virginia's highest scoring BCS bowl game, and so forth and so on. So Gen 2.0 is going to incorporate all of those lessons learned. You may be asking, well, Will, what do I care? I could go see video highlights without you flapping your gums. True. But it is my goal on this show to provide for you sports talk in a context that I guarantee you are not going to hear on any other network. I am not trying to compete with NBC, powered by YouTube, as you may have seen, on these Olympics. So just a reminder that the NFL, as I talk to them, Limited Liability Corporation there in New York, the gal who runs the division, that's all they do is look for videos all day. Told me flat out, they do not give anyone permission to post any video highlights, and they never will. So don't go there. Okay, so the format of the show, we go into video highlights as it pertains to the subject matter, and what I would like to carry over from Generation 1, the life rant, sports rant of the day, as it pertains to the subject matter. So today, we are talking volleyball. Volleyball, baby. Yep. To can't spike it on the set, we're going to have to go boop. Alright. And the video highlights in particular are Misty and Kerri Walsh decided that they were going to be kicking some BBA volleyball ass from one of their preliminary pool round plays. But first, I thought maybe it would be, since we're talking about volleyball, to show how Dalhauser and Rogers, and you notice I got my Todd Rogers look going on here, lost, which was probably one of the bigger surprises of this year's Olympic Games. So the life rant, sports rant, as it pertains to that, I don't include the interview after the game. They were very well spoken and classy in that sense. However, I would say to Rogers and athletes in general that to try and use to play the family card is much more important than, you know, a loss sucks, as he said, if you saw the interview. If not, I'll just briefly say, you know, yeah, well, a loss sucks, but, you know, being with family, like I told you in Beijing, is much more important. Well, it wasn't just a loss, Todd. It was your guys' last go-around for another gold medal, and you weren't expected to lose. You just did not bring your A game that day. So on the life rant, sports rant, I would just say, you know, I think a lot of you would agree, and let me know what you think about this. Athletes who try and it's obvious that it bothered them. There's a better way to get out of it. You were asked about the match and to try and play the family card. Obviously, it bothered you. I don't know. Maybe I'm making too much of a big deal out of it, but it's just my thoughts on the matter. All right. So, on to the women's beach volleyball. Women's volleyball, period, USA style, is kicking some serious butt. They look to be the most dominant of all the teams, male or female, from any country in these Olympic Games, and I think you would agree on that. And so I got the highlights from when they had their first loss ever in a set to the gals from Austria. and some funny one-liners about, it seemed to make them mad. Those gals came to London to kick some serious VBA, as I already alluded to. I'm waiting for my 2-minute warning. It's a new bit here on Gen 2.0. Got my track and field digital stopwatch, 1/100th of a second, so I don't go over on time. Just so you know, the shows from now on will always be 15 minutes, even when I get the upgrade status back, because that way it avoids Will the Babblebot mode going on and on and on, rambling about things that maybe go off, task. This is what we're trying to do here. So specifically today and tonight, we are focused on volleyball, and I've totally ad-libbing this. And typically, I have 50% scripted material, and then it's 50% ad-lib. But tonight, in terms of the analysis, because the video highlights, they are brief, but they are pertinent, so there's only so much analysis that you can provide for it. But suffice it to say, everyone sort of thought that it was going to be Misty and Kerri Walsh winning the gold again. Actually, I've heard sort of different from the commentators saying, well, there was some doubt about them actually going to gold. I had no doubt whatsoever. What was surprising is Dalhauser and Walsh. So that's going to come up first. Hey, Misty May, this is for you. Help you with the Dodgers, yeah? Yeah? Like that? Thought you would. I'm not much of a hat guy. Alright, so what's coming up? We're going to talk about boxing after tonight. I've got the kayaking, track and field. No worries, it just takes time for the production of each and every one of these shows. We've got the new set. You see the Union Jack here. I know I called it Yukon Jack on the last show. No, I wasn't drinking Yukon Jack. There is no drinking on the set of the OMSR. So on that note, pretty sure the 2-minute warning is going to be coming up here. Excellent. Got 1 minute left. Alright, so in closing, thanks for watching. Going to improve this gradually. I have been doing this for almost 2 years now, but not for a couple months. Since the end of March, paid attention to YouTube trends. The ship has sailed when it comes to trying to just post content that is technically owned or copyrighted on somebody else, and you don't make that a derivative of your own, or it falls within the fair use standard of the aforementioned DCA. Okay, so that's it for today. Thanks for watching. No silly DUIs while you're out there celebrating the Olympics. So we will bid adieu to Eddie, Iron Maiden the Trooper, you heard. Women's beach volleyball, they're the troopers. We'll give a trooper award on every show. Later days.
Frustrated. Couple of errors back to back. Really big challenge for them. Need to reset and get back in the moment. Think about the very next play and nothing else. The Americans were down 14-9. They come back to tie it up at 19. An hour before the match, Todd Rogers told our Heather Cox he had tweaked his hamstring the night before. Rogers, sluggish in the first set, has come alive in set number 2. The Americans have scored 6 of the last 8, but can they close and send it to a third and final set? 19 all. Late in matches, the U.S. loves to block angle. Early they train you. They block line, they make you hit angle and shoot line. This is a great situation where they can dive and block that angle power shot. Remember, it's win by 2. Over to Nikolai. Nikolai off the top, and Rogers can't go. So the Italians will have match point and a chance to eliminate the defending Olympic gold medalist, Todd Rogers and Phil Dalhauser. Here we go. Lupo to serve. Rogers. And he's bruised. And the Italians have pulled the upset. They beat the Americans 21-17, 21-19. The Italians into the quarterfinals. And the Beijing gold medalists have been eliminated. The Italian team called the Young Phil and Todd. A team with so much skill, but the question was, how would they handle the pressure? How would they handle the do-or-die rounds? to Paulo Nicolai with a hit high off the hands and a big block to seal the match.
Misty and Kerri's undefeated mark in 3 Olympic Games. Put to the test here. Schweiger to serve. First set point. They go to Kerri. And it's out of bounds. And Austria, the Schweiger sisters, have beaten Misty and Kerri in the first set. And their consecutive set win streak in Olympic competition is over. Welcome back to Horse Guards Parade. Misty and Kerri got thumped in the opening set by the Austrians. The sister act, Doris and Stephanie Schweiger, won at 21-17. Misty and Kerri got a bad start. They were down 7-1 at the outset and never could come back. And that snapped their 32 consecutive set Olympic winning streak. But it seemed to make Misty and Kerri mad because they came out in the second set and stomped all over the Schweigers, winning big, 21-8. So we start the third and final set, Kevin. The Americans wearing black, the Schweiger sisters of Austria. Misty and Kerri 1 point away. Crowd stands. Stephanie Schweiger on attack. Misty with a dig. Kerri with a set. Doris digs back. Doris for the save. No, and it is over. The Americans have survived. They beat Austria and the Schweiger sisters 2-1. But give credit to Austria. They end Misty and Kerri's unbeaten set streak. And they send a message. But Misty and Kerri able to rebound. And they go to 3-0 in Pool C.
The standard was set so high. Undefeated in matches, undefeated in sets. Could they keep it going? The answer, they couldn't.
Everyone overseas, serving in the military, one's for you, good job. Thanks.
But they responded with the best form this team has seen in 4 years.
Misty and Kerri's match streak, as you saw, still intact. And perhaps that's what it takes. Maybe a little slap in the face by the Schweiger sisters to get Misty Kerri on that gold medal path.
Special teams make the big plays in the big situations, and we've seen that time after time with these 2-time gold medal defending champions.
So the Golden Girls, a wake-up call in the first set. The Schweiger sisters take them down, but then Misty and Kerri respond.